My first introduction to Kathy's Club was a cordial invitation in my son's folder. And when he got that cordial invitation, it was in this heavy cardstock. It was beautifully written. It made him feel really special that he was getting invited into something that was had high expectations and he was going to benefit from. So it was going to be a ladies and gentlemen's club, like an etiquette club. And he was really excited about learning manners and something that's going to help him in the future with business and learn how to be professional. Because all these kids, they have dreams, they have a lot of capabilities. And when I saw that cordial invitation, I thought, this is something that, these kids deserve to be part of.
Kathy's Club is the Ladies and Gentlemen's Club. It's an etiquette and life skills club. Today, our students are building a structure. They're working together with very little direction. They have to use all the materials, and they all have to be able to fit into it. When we're finished during our next class, we're going to analyze their leadership skills. And so this is really an exercise in leadership. And they will be able to kind of start looking at themselves as a leader and developing some of those skills in our future classes. We'll also be doing conversation. We're going to be looking at how to have a meal, making sure that we're always polite and kind to each other. We'll hopefully get out into the community and visit some of the art exhibits around town and be able to critique some art and all that kind of thing, all that kind of stuff. One thing we'll also be doing is running a business meeting, so students will also learn how to run business meetings. They're going to create their resumes, and so there's a lot happening.
The beginning of this club started when I was working at Whaling City some years ago, and I did an etiquette club that was during the school day as a life skills class, and we covered various topics such as how to set a table, how to tie a tie, how to wash clothes. There was a business component where the kids were able to learn how to run a business meeting through Robert's Rules of Order, and they were responsible for doing a philanthropy event where different years had done different things. They've raised, collected items for different organizations such as the Veterans Transition House. And this year, we brought it from Whaling City. We were able to also in the past bring it to Kearney Academy, where some of our kids were able to mentor. And now that I'm here at Keith, we are able to work with our middle school students. And this year we were able to bring together the male and female students in order to have an etiquette class. Right now, as you can see behind me, they are currently working on a problem house where they are beginning to have an introduction to the club, which was named after my mother, Kathleen Tench, who worked for the bookkeeping office for quite some time. She worked at New Bedford High School, she worked at Roosevelt, and she was a part of the New Bedford Public Schools for 45 years. So she was always instrumental. The bookkeeping office was always instrumental in helping support our kids at Whaling City and at Kearney and throughout the district in order to make sure they had the best possible educational experience they could. And since her passing this past January, I decided that I was going to rename the club after her in collaboration with Miss Canberra, who is also doing the club with me. And we thought it was a good way to pay homage to her and the work that she was doing with our students and to continue her legacy here in the district. So Kathy lives on through the work that the kids do, and this is just a piece of it.
Another thing that I think is really important about Kathy's Club is that it provides a good place for the kids to have a positive interaction with leadership at the school. Dr. Tench has been really great. He's put this program together, and it gives the kids someone that they know in leadership that they can trust and that they have a mutual respect with. I haven't heard any issues at the club happening, so.
This is a metaphor for you and building a strong foundation. And sometimes in life, we're given the importance of having a strong foundation is to build the rest of the years that you grow on top of that strong foundation. And I noticed that when you guys are building the problem house, you use the long pieces of wood in order to create that foundation, and then you tape things up to the supporting beams, right? And then you ended up putting the other cardboard pieces around it to build that in order to help support that foundation. And you actually started in creating the foundation, used the second tarp as the first and foremost piece, right?
That's my idea.
That was your idea? That was a great idea. So this is all about the life that you're given, right? You may not have everything that you want. So the things that you named, the tools, the bricks, the more wood, the more cardboard, the nails, the hammers, right? All of those things are great, but in life you have to deal with what you have sometimes. And that's building that strong foundation so that you have a stronger, better house after. That here starts now, right? So when you're in school and you're out in your community and you're in your households, it's about building that strong foundation there. It's about knowing who you need to communicate with in order to help you build that strong foundation. And that's why the communication piece is helpful when you're building the problem house. Because some of you are able to say, what do you need help with? Some of you are saying, I need you to help with this. Why don't you hold while I tape it up? That's all different pieces of communication that eventually you'll need to ask those same questions to other things, whether you're in school, whether you're home, whether you're in your community, right? Those are some of the things that you're going to need to do. And yes, we all could wish for nails and different things to make our foundation stronger, our house better. But as you acquire different skills, those things come, right? So even though you started with a bunch of random materials, you built this beautiful looking house. And you were able to communicate with one another for what worked, what didn't work, right? What you needed in order to make this work. So give yourselves a round of applause because you guys did a great job. You really did.
Well, that is such a sad applause. Just try one more time.
So with that, we are going to continue to work on our vision boards. But we're going to start to apply some of the leadership styles that we noticed about ourselves, whether we took charge or whether we kind of sat back and let other people take the reign. We're going to take some of those things and transition ourselves into a little bit more about what our etiquette club is and how that looks like, right? Because etiquette, the word is making sure that other people feel comfortable. Even though we may sometimes feel uncomfortable with it ourselves, we want to make sure other people feel comfortable.
At the end of the year, I think my son will really miss Kathy's club, but he's learned a lot there that will carry him on, and it's a part of the experience and has boosted him forward for his future. So my son will miss Kathy's club for sure in the future.